Job out. Strong, Johnny.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second game in the evening session. Day 3 of Commonwealth 2018 Commonwealth Games Basketball preliminary rounds here at the Dale Entertainment Centre and Convention Centre. This is the first group of crossover games in this school week, and previously we saw India come out at Victorsburg, India. And tonight we'll be seeing Scotland meeting England on their previous game. So, two of them successful, one of them only remains successful as well. So, it promises to be a very interesting game.
And we welcome viewers to the Townsville Sports and Entertainment Centre. And this is the preliminary round, Pool B, the second match for this session, and it's Scotland up against Cameroon. Scotland winners on the first night of men's competition, just the second men's competition night. Cameroon were winners as well. So two first start winners, but in very, very different ways. But if you look down on the floor, I'm just wondering where the Cameroon team might be. My name is Phil Lynch, and Rachel Spawn, former Australian Opal and Australian Olympic great, winner of 3 Olympic medals. Rachel Spawn, welcome.
Thank you. No, it's I'm looking forward to this match because I think Scotland probably maybe played a little bit above themselves against their first win against England, but I'd like to see that they come out here and give Cameroon a real run for their money. And it was lovely seeing Rob Beveridge, who is an Australian who only got the position with Scotland only a month ago, said that beating England is one of the proudest moments he's ever had as a coach. So, and he does have Scottish heritage, so he's obviously come in and done a fantastic job with his Scottish team. So that's not a lot of time to implement your own game style, but he said that he's coaching just a wonderful group of men with fantastic chemistry, and so he's a pretty proud Scotsman at the moment, Rob Beveridge.
Yes, well, that's the Scottish team, obviously, but what we're not seeing at the other end, in fact, there is no opposition there. They're out here on the floor a little earlier, Cameroon, and the Scottish team is there in waiting. But that's where we are, the Gold Coast 2018. The 21st Commonwealth Games and the second to feature basketball. The other one was in 2006 in Melbourne, Australia. And now we're introducing the Scottish teams.
Number 8, Bantu Burrows. Number 9, Jonathan Bunyan. Number 10, Callan Lowe. Number 11, Gareth Murray. Number 12, Sean Nealon Lino. Number 13, Nicholas Collins. Number 14, Christopher Cleary. Number 15, Alistair Fraser. Number 20, Kieran Achara. Their head coach is Rob Beveridge, and he's assisted by Craig Nichol. We ask you now, ladies and gentlemen, please to be upstanding for the playing of the national anthems of each team, starting with the Cameroon national anthem. and the Scottish national anthem.
Saw as the camera panned along the Scots there, the absolute contrast. There's so many youngsters on the team, and there's some old heads in there too. Kieran O'Chara at the end, the big guy you saw, number 20, 34 years of age, and then you've got people like Gareth Murray, around about the same age, who's played in 2 Commonwealth games, one of the few people to be able to do that. So 8 years apart. There's our referees, 2 from Australia and 1 from Argentina. Cameroon, as you saw, finally did make it to the floor. Caught in the dressing room, and I don't think the staff was aware of the clock. Hope they show a bit more clock awareness on the floor. They will run and gun. They get up and down the floor very, very quickly.
Well, they have a lot of self-belief, and I love the quote from SMA that he said that we know we are invincible lions and the lion is the king of the jungle. So that was his reasoning for their amazing win over India a couple of days ago, and it's great that they have such self-belief. They've come a long way and they want to do well while they're here, and very proud to be representing Africa.
Well, there's the Cameroon team, and interesting to see who they go with to start, because we'll see it right now. Who's going to be the starting guard is Robert Songolo. Thank God for that. He didn't start the first game and played the entire second half, where they looked so good when he played with Bogmis Kome Yanga alongside him. And it's a question of what sort of discipline this team plays with is the key to this game. You know, Scotland will be disciplined. They're very well coached and they play the game well. But they're up against a very good athletic team in Cameroon. And if Cameroon can use their athletic ability, anything can happen in this game. That's the result against England 2 nights ago. Scotland won by 13. Cameroon got up over India by 9 points in a game that they were 26 points down at one stage. They were able to turn it around in the second half. It was such 2 entirely different halves.
Well, we knew that the Cameroon coach must have given his players a really good message at half-time, and it was all about just not being lazy, because they were being lazy in defence, and India were just scoring at will on the fast break, so that they really cleaned that up after half-time. So I'm sure they'll come out with good defensive intensity at the start of this game.
They also made better use of the ball when they had it too, particularly with Songolo able to run things from the point. That's him, number 6 on the right. He will have the job of quarterbacking this team, and he'll be up against Johnny Bunyan. Number 7, Fraser Malcolm. there's the Cameroon coach, Jean-Claude Ntep, who sometimes tends to sit on his hands a little bit, but we'll see what happens here. Everyone's got their own style, and his is to, well, watch the game develop. So the jump in the middle be Nkene.
Still impressive that Achara takes the offensive tap at 34 years of age. Still feeling very sprightly.
That's Achara with the basketball now. Fraser shifts it on to Bunyan. Fraser, and dumping it outside. Malcolm, they turn the ball over. So, not good use of the basketball first time up for Scotland. Now, what will Cameroon come back with? And look at it. Scotland in the zone there, that's no surprise. They played it all night against England. Different kinds of zones though. They changed it up a lot. Cameroon be well aware of that. Gee, a few extra steps in there.
Oh, he didn't call the travel, called that a foul.
The foul goes against number 10 for Scotland. Have a look at this. There's some steps, and then they just throw in a couple more. Most people wouldn't go that far on their holidays, but
Rob Beveridge is calling the travel, the Scotland coach.
Arnold Comey, not this time from the free throw line. So a fair appeal from Rob Beveridge, and no wonder. It looked like a straight out travel to me. And Comey, first lead goes to Cameroon, and up they come on defence. They will play a lot of full court, but not putting a lot of pressure on the ball. Just looking for opportunities more than anything. Very quick. A hand on that one. That one Songolo was able to get the fingers out there. There's 9 seconds left on the shot clock for Scotland. And some of this pressure defence, that's all that's meant to do. Just take some time off the clock. Force them into a shot at the end. Gareth Murray for 3. And Murray swishes one to start. It's a great start from the veteran Gareth Murray. They will go into the air. Songolo off the back of the rim, and they will rebound in packs. Bogmiss, not this time for him. So a chance again for Scotland. They get the ball up the court very quickly. Achara joining in and taking the 3. Kieran Achara left it short on the front of the rim. Cameroon, no chance to get off to the races there. Frank Younger. Achara was just too big, the 6'10" centre for Scotland. Murray thought about the 3 and takes the 2. And look at those rebounders fly for Cameroon.
Yeah, they're doing that both ends of the floor. Cameroon looking really hungry on the offensive boards and doing a good job down the defensive end as well.
Comey, and this is Comey and Songolo on the backcourt. Songolo now. Setting pick on the inside. Comey finding himself inside the defence and taking it to the hoop. Very, very quick. Through the hands they go with Scotland. Johnny Bunyan, return pass to Malcolm, look for the dunk, and run down at the back by Cameroon. Looks for opportunities up the floor quickly. Now they decide to settle it down, get into their offense. 1 man high, 1 low. Songolo to look it on the inside, trying to find Nkene, but they take the long 3. That's way too long. Bunyan holds it up for Scotland. Achara. Fraser Malcolm. Plenty of movement from the Scottish offence. Bunyan tried to dish outside, but gets it to Achara in the end. And 3 it goes. Kieran Achara, the Scottish veteran.
Just so dependable. You can just see whenever it's in his hands, he has such good composure and such a steadying influence for his team.
Patience being shown here by Cameroon. That's good to see. He fake and gets the shot up but not in. but they active hands on the board, and that time the hand came in from Frank Younger. That's what they will do too. They'll go into the air and don't have too many options and have to dump off to no one. Malcolm looking for the pass inside to Achara, but they had him covered. Bunyan, Achara again outside. Bullocking way to the hoop and will draw the foul. So Achara it is who will go to the free throw line.
And Achara's not super quick, but he just makes the right decisions. Realise, okay, I haven't got the shot at the top of the key, shot fake, nice big first step, turned the corner, made contact.
Yes, the help defence from Kenny was just a little bit too late. They will have bodies flying everywhere. It must be awfully difficult for referees sometimes to referee a team like Cameroon because they're flyers. They hang in the air for a long time. Achara giving his team just a little break here. Nice start from Kieran Achara. Songola takes it out wide. Tome returned pass to Songola. And two-man game. Tome for three. The rebounders are well set for Scotland. Still with that zone defence and it's working well for them. Malcolm.
Great.
Reverse to Super. Ali Fraser. Try and get inside the defence if they can. Sometimes run out of ideas a little bit. That time Songola just forced into the shot. It wasn't a bad shot in the end, but not a high percentage. Fraser, Bunyan quickly onto Achara. Didn't find Fraser back door. Now Bunyan again. In the corner they go to Malcolm. 1 second left on the shot clock as he shot that one up. Cameroon coming back the other way. No fast break opportunity. The defence in Scotland was good. Who's the foul going to be on? I think it's on the defence. Excellent offensive rebound again from Frank Younger.
Yeah, Scotland are going to have to address that. They're really active in their offensive rebound anticipation, so they have to find a body.
Changes coming from the Scottish bench. Mike Vigor coming in.
He had great impact off the bench against England with 14 points and ended up playing 21 minutes, so looking for big things from him again in this game.
Sean Nilon Lino in as well in 12. Plenty of outside shots coming from Cameroon. That time was Bogmas. Referees decided to let the player lie there that time. And stepping out of bounds, this is Sean Nilon Lino with his first touch of the ball.
So that's two now. It's very unusual to have two violations of stepping out of court in the one quarter, let alone in the whole game.
Cameroon need a basket this time down the floor, just to stem the bleeding a little. Songola, they surround him. They're just firing up a few prayers at the moment. Don't really have anything organised offensively. Just getting whatever three-point look they can get, and the looks haven't been all that good so far. Vigor to Murray. Backdoor Vigors left alone under the basket, but the foul coming out there was Nkene.
You just see that Achara's can outwit them each time as to what he's going to do. He just has one of those players that looks like he has a lot of time out there. Finesse, such great finesse with the ball.
Bunyan goes to the bench and Bantu Burrows comes in for Scotland at guard. Vigor. Chara out high, the big men out the top. Playing a long way from the basket. And Murray not able to make that shot. Burrows running it down. It gives the ball back to Cameroon.
So Cameroon only shooting at 9% from the field at the moment, 1 from 11.
So Achara goes out, and in comes Chris Cleary for Scotland. Very high energy start, so the players will be sucking in the big ones a little. Cameroon, as they push it down the middle. Have a look at the way they see if they can run some offense here. It's just all one-on-one at the moment, and then setting the rebounders in like Yanga, who does such a terrific job on the inside. The foul will go against Vigor. So Yanga it is, who'll go to the free throw line again. Have a look at the way he works the boards over to him. Magnificent offensive rebounder, Frank Yanga. But it's one of the few opportunities they have to score, is that just getting the ball up on the rim and then sending the rebounders in.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're relying on at the moment, which is not going to be obviously realistic for the whole game.
There's another opportunity. They'll miss this time from Nkene. Don't get another easy one like that. Burrows get into the front court to Nilon Lino. Here's Cleary. The handoff. It's a long bomb going up there. And there's the Scottish rebounder not able to pull it in. And the ball coming back the other way very quickly. In low they go to Yanga. Dishes on the outside. Into the corner they go. And come up empty.
So they're getting nice open shots, but probably just need to be a little bit more patient and need to get some shots inside the paint. Just not able to hit it on the outside at the moment.
Quick move to Cleary, and that will be a foul. The pump fake sent Frank Yanga into the air, and he just landed on Cleary. Yeah, just a little untidy there. Plenty of endeavour, but Yanga goes out. And into the game comes Ngwezi, the captain. Andrew Burrows to Scotland, handling the ball. Gets it down to Cleary. Cleary gets the two. Ngwezi. Bogmus. Screen coming across there from Tomo. Here he is with the drive. And the rebounders hit the boards, and they're fouled again. This time the rebounders Nkene.
Well, they're putting pressure on Scotland because, particularly when they drive, they're having success when they drive, either getting their offensive board, because they're not able to finish with that nice soft touch inside as yet. But if they can keep putting that pressure on Scotland and getting them into foul trouble, so Scotland are up to 14 fouls now.
Well, they've had a couple of trips to the line, but they're only 50% from there, so just trying to get a point each time down the floor, and again with a miss. The game built around free throws, you'd want to be shooting a little bit better than this. Scotland's ball. Bounce, and headed to the bench is Nkene.
Coming into this second game, Cameroon only shot 48% from the foul line in the first game, so they're on par with that at the moment.
Simon Billeg in the game for Cameroon, but a great little drive there coming from Fraser. 3 seconds in the key, I think, from Billeg, who was trying to establish a post in there.
He was working hard, but unfortunately the guards weren't looking at him to get the ball into him. So, yeah, 3 seconds too long in the key.
Fraser and Cleary in the back court, now with Burrows. Fraser with the handoff to Bantu Burrows for two. Billeg it is who pulls in the rebound. Now, take straight to the hoop, as they usually do. But they've got to get a piece of the iron to give the rebounders a chance.
That's right, they're getting inside the paint but just not able to finish.
Active hands out there from Cameroon. Neil on lino. Cleary takes the move and was banged on the way through, so Chris Cleary it is who will go to the free throw line.
He's making great decisions on his way to the basket. He did a dummy handoff, kept going to the basket himself and finding him hard, difficult to guard.
So Gareth Murray goes to the bench for a rest. Achara and Murray at the bench. And Chris Cleary to line up the free throw line. Chris Cleary from Dunfermline. Rach, does that name mean anything to you? Dunfermline in Scotland?
Sounds familiar, but I'm not very good at geography.
Okay, it's the sports trivia question. The hometown of one Andy Murray.
Oh, there you go. It is a famous town then.
Same hometown. So Cleary makes his free throw. Billeg. Bogmus. Ayanga. Bogmus met at the baseline and they can't make that three, but they do run it down and we've got another foul. They love a pump fake underneath.
Yeah, so that's a 7th offensive rebound for Cameroon. So Scotland, even though they've kept Cameroon to 4 points, but really by Cameroon's dismal shooting, they are 6% from the field. And they need to start making these shots from the foul line. But yeah, they're just, Cameroon always going to be active on the offensive boards.
Oh, free throws is another thing too, isn't it?
Yeah, their woes continued, two from 7.
Christian Ayangma. Oh, that's messy. Rose uses Cleary to bring the ball out of the backcourt. Neil on lino. Fraser Malcolm back in the game. Ali Fraser. Malcolm getting that shot off to beat the 24-second clock, but to no avail. Hurried shot, so good defensive pressure there from Cameroon, and timeout has been called on the floor. 15 points to 4 in a good opening from Scotland. Cameroon just not enough ideas on offense at the moment, just not finding their way to the hoop with any sort of regularity, trying to shoot from outside under whole heaps of pressure, not able to penetrate the zone.
It's not very often you see as low as that, 6% from the field. So only 4 points for the quarter, extremely low score. And Scotland not shooting great percentage either at 36%. And we look at the rebounds, and there's no surprise there, 7 offensive rebounds to Cameroon. So Cameroon have actually done a great job keeping Scotland to 15 points, but just not able to score themselves.
Scotland, on the other hand, just a little bit more poised with the ball. I'm going to say a little bit, a lot more poised with the ball. A bit more idea of what they're doing. A bit more of a plan offensively than what Cameroon has, and that's allowed them to score baskets like that from Malcolm.
And all these highlights aren't going to be Scotland, Phil, because we've already seen Cameroon's one field goal for this quarter. That's it.
Yeah. But they're a great team of athletes and they're fun to watch, but won't be a lot of fun if there's a big gap in the score. And there's a good crowd in to watch this game, looking to be entertained, and they'd like to be entertained by a close game. Imagine they'll get behind Cameroon and try and urge them home. But you know they're going to run all night. They'll run right to the finish. There'll be no backing off. You know, hanging their heads. Change of guard with Selly in, number 4 for Cameroon. A little misunderstanding there. That's Selly with the ball now. Good ball moved on the outside, but there's no penetration of the zone. No penetration of the basket with that either. There's Selly. Firing up his first shot, but the offensive rebounds are just there.
Well, this is their third opportunity to get it, but really they need to penetrate. It's just not working with that outside shooting.
Can't get it to go. Ayangma that time. So how many attempts was that?
4.
4 attempts, 4 possessions. Fraser on the spin was able to catch the defence out. Have a look at it. Graze there was just caught. So just a Scotland ball. Johnny Bunyan there organising the offence. Kyle Jimenez in the game for Scotland. That's him with the ball right now and pumping it in low. Fraser. And they fouled him on the way to the hoop. So Ali Fraser will go to the line.
Their big men have fantastic composure when making their back to the basket moves. Really good decisions. Makes it extremely hard to guard. Cameroon just about need to do a full front on the big players. Just deny them the ball.
And the lineup that the coach has got out there at the moment, he's got 2 of the littler guys in Bunyan and Jimenez. Swingman out there as well in Fraser Malcolm, putting plenty of defensive pressure on again, keeping it up all the way. 3-point shot, got to make one sooner or later. Just the law of averages says one of those has got to drop. They can do it, I've seen them do it. Onion to Achara. And this is Malcolm. Find a path to the hoop and was fouled on the way. So second team foul against Cameroon. Just reaching right across. That's it. That's inviting the referee to make the call, whether you hit him or not. Jimenez, open shot there for Fraser, but he said, no thanks, I can do better than that. And call for the offensive foul, so we're better off taking the shot. Yep, he knew he'd done wrong. Johnny Fraser backing in, the defence was set and hooking the arm around his head.
So Scotland really can't shake Cameroon, because if Cameroon just start to hit a couple of those outside shots, they'll put the scoreboard pressure back on Scotland. Scotland have only had 14 field goal attempts, whereas Cameroon 21 because of their great offensive rebounding. And eventually, yes, they will foul, but as we know, they're not shooting well from the line, only 25%, so fouling at the moment doesn't seem a bad idea to Scotland.
So this is Simon Billeg. Haven't seen him at the free throw line before, so maybe he's the free throw shooter. Nope. This really is a poor part of their game, isn't it? I mean, to get to the line and not able to make free throws. The crowd roars.
They're watching. They're knowing what's going on.
They're a smart basketball crowd in Townsville. They've got a couple of good teams here that they watch. They watch the Townsville Suns in the National Basketball League and the Townsville Fire in the Women's National Basketball League. One of the most successful teams in the competition, the Fire. Bunyan forced into the backcourt. And then has to heave down floor. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and Malcolm, Fraser it was. Up comes Cameroon. They got 3 on 2 here. Wow. Frank Yanga climbs above the hoop with the tip dunk, and it's 16-7. I mean, if you look at the scoreline, you think, oh, it must be about 6 or 7 minutes gone. No, we're in the second quarter. What a wonderful piece of play.
Well, that bumps Cameroon's field goal percentage up to 9%. They're 2 from 23. But 11 offensive rebounds. So Rod Beveridge, I'm sure, is discussing that in this timeout. They just have to box out. They're just not getting a body on their opponents at all.
Hands here.
Ali, we're in Tontos in the middle on ball screening. Okay, but right now we've got to harden up a bit.
Hey, let's go, let's
Harden
go,
up a bit. Now defensively, we've got to start rebounding here, guys. We're giving them way too many options.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
Yeah, he's certainly well aware of that. But as you mentioned, Rach, just 1 or 2 of those threes goes down, it becomes an entirely different ball game.
Yeah, well, they're only 9 behind at the moment, and with shooting at 9%, they should be 20 behind. So they are still in this match, that's for sure.
Cameroon bring the defence up the floor. They've done this a bit, but they don't often put ball pressure on when they do it. They just come up the floor and then back off. So there's no straight pressure on the ball handler. Murray hands off to Bunyan very, very easily. Now that's pressure on, but wrong kind of pressure, just drawing the foul. The foul there goes against Selly.
So that's their 4th team foul very early in the second quarter. I'm sure Scotland are going to shoot a much better percentage from the foul line.
So Gareth Murray to inbound for Scotland. Fraser. Oh, and they've lost the ball back out over the halfway mark. Over and back, the referee says, quite rightly so, and a turnover. Rob Beveridge saying, hey, they forced it, but no, I think the referee was right on that one. Ball movement here from Cameroon. They see if they can locate someone on the inside. They have this time with Billig, and an offensive foul. Unfortunate. Just unaware of where the defensive player was. Here's Achara, just a good position behind him. And
it was a totally premeditated move. He was going middle no matter what.
But it's an offensive foul, so it doesn't go. It's not free throws in the bonus situation. Player control foul is called. Achara off the free throw line, and he can't make it either. So their scoring has really dried up Scotland. Billig with a switch of the ball on to Bogmis. Ayangma. Back to Ayangma. And no offensive board there for them. Murray.
Oh.
They did well to not land on him there.
He needed to just be brave and get into their bodies as they came down.
And travel. That was good defense there. Murray was caught. I think he was going to drop the shoulder in and try and bullock his way to the hoop, but was forced into a travel in. So good defense coming from the Cameroon there. Have a look at this. Stayed there and ended up walking. Good D coming there from Felix Bogmis.
This could be the lowest combined score at halftime of any Commonwealth game at the moment.
3-point shot.
There it is.
Finally, Felix Bogmis hits the 3. And into double figures go Cameroon at 16-10. Fraser, Jimenez, can he make a 3? No, he can't. But Fraser can grab the rebound, but can't get it to go back, and the arrow will favour Scotland here on the jump ball situation. So substitution with Sean Nealon-Wino coming back in to take out Johnny Bunyan. So 11 seconds left on the shot clock when they bring it back in. Jimenez.
Yeah, all the
Opening
way.
pass to the hoop.
Gone all the way out with his left hand.
4 seconds, 2 seconds left now. They get it off, but not in. Oh, the defense of Cameroon really working. Another 3-point shot. Can't make 2 in a row though. It's Bogmus from the other side this time. What an enthralling encounter this has become. Neither team able to score. Well, they can now, finally. They break the doubt. Ali Fraser for Scotland. Have a look on the inside. Billeg's in there, but the zone is packed in tight. And why wouldn't you pack it in tight when the team can't shoot from the outside? And Excelli letting it fly. So it's just a basket protection zone that Scotland's got going at the moment. Fraser. In the corner from Jimenez. Achara winning it. Good rebounding there from Scotland, so Fraser with the offensive board. Achara. Neil on line-o. They can't make it. And away comes Cameroon. He's going to take us all the way, there's no doubt about that. Oh, and it's called offensive. Called offensive.
So it's just the decision-making by Cameroon when they do get into a 2-on-1 or 3-on-2 situation, not where it needs to be. Should have realised with Achara in front of him, knew that he'd just come directly down the line, read it really well, and didn't make any effort to get out of the way of Achara's great D.
Yes, Kieran Achara has drawn another charge and 18 points to 10, and both teams having trouble scoring. The defence in Cameroon's case in the man-to-man, and Scotland just surrounding the basket with this little tight
Now on
zone.
this catch here, you're not stopping, you're flowing straight into it. So we get the timing, so bring it up. So don't stop on it. See how you stopped and you got pinned? Just keep flowing, kick it on, let's throw it here. Throw it in now with 2 on 2.
Mais tu veux le ballon, tu veux la passe, oui. Tu veux les intérieurs. C'est pas possible, les gars. Joue rapidement. On joue trop lentement, là.
Cameroon can be reasonably satisfied with where they are at the moment. They're just 8 points behind with 3:50 to go till half-time. Forget the total score though, 18-10. That is an amazing score. like a rugby score at half-time.
So Scotland have only added 3 points in this quarter. So the shooting percentage is coming down very quickly as well.
Songolo back in now for Cameroon, the starting guard. And he's up there on Jimenez. Neil on lino. Fraser, Achara. They surround him and strip him of the ball. Now Songolo got a 3-on-2. Tried to dish off and losing it. And up quickly to Achara. And can't score it. Achara for 3. Well, they ended up with Jimenez. So the ball was floating around there. Great chances to score. Fraser. And a block on the shot. Plenty of action underneath and finally called for a foul.
Yeah, Youngay just got a little bit over zealous there. He was pretty excited. He blocked one shot, thought he'd go for another one, but fouled.
So much action underneath. Have another look. It's worth a look. Fraser goes up. Down his throat it goes and then blocked again. And then finally Yanga with the foul. Incredulous look from him though. And now Ali Fraser can't make his free throw. Normally a good free throw shooter. It's too hard to score. And gets one. Jimenez goes to the bench and back comes Malcolm. Now Scotland advancing the defence down the floor. Pretty effectively too. Almost sucked out a turnover. Songolo into the hands of Tome. Songolo dumping it in low to Bileg. Now open shot here for Songolo. And he's able to run it down and get another opportunity. They just hammer the hoop, keeping their hands out of there. Neil Lino. Frantic here at the moment. Ochara, good seal underneath. Good seal from Kieran Ochara. He's had a fine game. Suddenly there's an 11-point gap in the score when it hung around 6 and 8 for so long.
And while that doesn't seem like a big lead, in the context of this game, it is with how hard it has been to find a basket. Every basket's like gold.
They've got a great little mismatch there with Ochara up against Songolo. Songolo for a long three. And they can't run it down. So Scotland doing a bit better job of blocking off the boards now. They're just getting a body on some of these players. 2 minutes to go to half time. Murray for Scotland. Bigger. Haven't seen a lot of him in this game. Neil on Lino. Great effort at the back from Malcolm. And a long three that goes down from Murray. So they're starting to assert themselves again, Scotland, after having struggled to score for a good 5 or 6 minute period. 3-point attempt and a good one coming from Como. Staying right there, not allowing Scotland to get too far away as they come down to the final minute of this first half. Mike Vigor hasn't been able to get free with his 3-point shot as he has had an earlier game against England a couple of nights ago. Murray for a long three as the clock ran down. Oh, big one. A buzzer beater from Murray. Bileg. So 35 seconds up the floor. Second last possession, you would think. Scotland want to take some time off the clock on this one. And they're going to send him to the free throw line on the foul that time from Esome.
Well, the shackles have come off a little bit for Scotland. We just knew they're too good a team to keep shooting at such a dismal percentage. A lot of their shots are good shots, just weren't going down, whereas down the other end, seeing that Cameroon, not always a great selection.
Gareth Murray, the veteran Scot, who's only played or played in 2 Commonwealth Games. That honour could have gone to Kieran Ochara, but he suffered an injury and wasn't able to play in Melbourne.
Yeah, so it's actually the first tournament ever that Ochara has been able to represent Scotland because his career's been in Great Britain. So it means a lot to him.
Esome. Bang, a big finish. That was a super finish from Nkene. And another foul. That was just too easy for the referee to call. Come is reaching in and sends the Scots to the other end for another pair of free throws.
So that's where they need to show more discipline, Cameroon. Again, they're not going to steal. That pass makes Scotland earn the 2 points from playing offence, which they have struggled with a little bit, sort of giving it to them at the line. Yeah, but if you miss it, it might be a good foul.
Mike Vigor, who had 14 points in the opening game against England, he was 2 of 6 off the line, so he's 2 of 8 for the tournament. 2 seconds left and not getting a shot off. And there's the halftime hooter. Amazing half of basketball.
Just incredible. You just see Cameroon just over dribble. They sort of try and do too much with the ball before distributing or getting their head up. They just need to clean that up a bit.
Yes, they need to clean a lot of things up a bit. Find a more disciplined way to get to the basket. Sending platoons there after long three-point shots isn't going to get it done. But 29 points to 15. They did a terrific defensive effort there to keep Scotland to 29 and kept them dry for about 4 or 5 minutes on end. And have a look at this percentage here. This is amazing. 5 of 35 for 14%. But Scotland's not flash either at 9 of 32 for 28.
No, it hasn't been a great spectacle for finishing off, but to Cameroon's credit, they've just crashed the boards, 14 offensive boards, so Scotland definitely again need to address that. They've actually been looking after the ball quite well, both teams, so points from turnovers really hasn't been that significant. But yeah, I think we're looking for a much crisper and cleaner half from both teams in the second half.
Well, that was something, wasn't it? That was Frank Yanga on the follow-up. We've seen that a couple of times. Yanga got up there and just make the tip dunk. And Murray looking to back in there and being forced into the travel there by Bogmas. The three, there haven't been enough of them. There's plenty of attempts, but not able to make too many. Fraser, second attempt as they block, and then finally a foul. Chara, the seal on the inside, found himself up against one of the little guys and took it to him. Murray came up with a couple of really big shots to finish the half.
So we're seeing Cameroon did make 2 threes in that quarter, but what they struggle with is they don't really have a mid-range game. They're either three-point shot or close to the basket, so they need to have some pull-up jumpers brought into their offense.
That time it was in Kene with the same sort of shot we saw from Yanga. So that's what we saw in the first half, and we're going to see a lot more of that in the second. Stay with us.
Ready? Now. Middle 11. 9 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. 5 seconds to go. 12. That's it. That's it. 13 you say. 13. That's the percentage of 100%. Let's start again. Let's get over here. 30 seconds start now. Go. 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 That's it. Nice work. Well, this is taking seriously. Oh, she's on the wall quicker. She's on fire. Wow, she's on this. Woo! Go, Lisa. She's angry. That's all. 13 seconds left.
Well, we're just about to get underway in the second half of a game that's been, well, different to a lot of games we've seen. Scotland have been in charge in the game, but they're only out by 14 points, 29 points to 15. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the halftime score. Don't generally see a game as low scoring as that. Whilst Cameroon have had difficulty scoring with their 15 points, it's not been any walk in the park for Scotland either with 29. Their high scorer is Gareth Murray with 11 points. He's been a real standout, helped by a couple of big three-pointers towards the end of the half. For Cameroon, Arnold Comey has 6, but if you'd like the most spectacular scorers for Cameroon, that would be Bogmus and Yangay with a couple of big tip dunks. But they only have 3 points apiece. But one of those games where you can just remember every score. Songolo back at guard for Cameroon, and now Esome. Nice little move to the basket. And that will be Scotland's ball. So it's like a regular bit of offence
It
there.
is exactly what we've been used to seeing. A miss from Cameroon, an offensive rebound, but then they lost possession. So both teams were really looking to improve their shooting percentage. You don't spend those hours of training and shooting and practicing to shoot a low percentage. So pride's at the line here for both teams to pick it up.
Malcolm and 3 goes all brought about by the penetration from Murray, which is nicely done from the Scots. Haven't been able to do it that easily all that many times in the first half. In a 1-3-1 zone now with Scotland. And Johnny Bunyan it is at the back of that zone. I'll send the rebounders at him. Bunyan backing it off against Songolo. Murray. Malcolm. Achara goes across the sector screen. He ignores that one. Clock winding down and Achara getting the shot off. Just to hand the ball back to Cameroon. Songolo taking it in first time. Gets it up there but not in. And we've got a foul. It's against Scotland. It will not be a shooting foul against Malcolm. Here it is, gets the shot up there. And then the push in the back from Malcolm to the rebounder.
We just see the easy position there that Comey had. So Scotland just still having problems with boxing out Cameroon.
Two guys working on the inside. The three-point shot there was good ball movement that
It
time.
was. They had all the ingredients of getting a nice shot up. Much better offense. Got the ball inside, dished it out. Shooter was ready.
Now Murray almost losing it out over the sideline, but some space along the baseline from him. Oh, good move, but wasn't able to just finish it off. Now Esome lays it up and in, and he's off to the free throw line for an extra one. Arnold Comey.
Well, good to see a good finish and decision making by Comey there, because they have been undone a little bit with either getting a charge or just not finishing at all and underestimating how they need to get the ball to the basket. So a very rare opportunity to get a three-point play.
What chance for free throw?
Go, yes.
Hey, 6 straight points, 6 unanswered points. Court announcer asking the crowd to get behind Cameroon at the moment. Murray in the hands of Malcolm. Bunyan, Murray, 3-point shot from him. And gee, he's a class player, isn't he?
He sure is. You know, they had a Cameroon player running out at him flat out. But again, that was great ball movement by Scotland as well to get him so open.
There's a way through, there he saw, but it closed very quickly with Chara coming across. Steele at the back from Comey. Oh, bam!
Nice.
From Pierre SCO. More of that, please. Bunyan. And the block, again, from the same man. No, in fact, it was Nkene. Have a look at SCO here. Look at him climb above the hoop. Bam. And the ball goes back the other way, and Nkene right over the top of Bunyan. Quick hands in there, and getting it loose again, Songolo. Here we go again. No foul. And a steal at the back from Burrow.
Oh,
Backdoor cut from Malcolm.
They've had two opportunities for the backdoor cut and it has been foiled both times.
Good switch of hands there from Como as he went into the air. Had it with his left hand and then switched it to the right and laid it off the glass. Have a look at this with his hands. Gets it up and then onto the right hand and laid it off the window nicely. So it's a 10-point ball game as the players head to the timeout. What a great start for the second half.
Well, it has been, and no surprise Rob Beveridge has called a timeout as Cameroon have piled on 10 points rather quickly and will have all the momentum.
I need more discipline out there. Okay, so right now, one, I want more urgency down here on the rebound. Urgency. When we get the ball, advance it, get it here. I want to throw it in the post here. I want to start attacking the guys here. Okay, have a look, get our staggers going. You might back cut that, kick it.
Est-ce que c'est clair? Surtout par le fond. Pas par le fond.
Having a look at Rob Beveridge's clipboard there, it looked a little messy. How do you work on that?
He needs a new one.
I don't know if he's got any thing to clean a whiteboard at the moment. Okay, we're coming back and it will be Scotland's ball in the backcourt. Interesting the way they do this. They come up on defence here, but then when the ball goes back to Achara, in fact it doesn't get back to Achara. So, oh my goodness.
Well, that was unusual that Achara threw that ball in and it was a turnover, and then what a wasted opportunity for the dunk.
Ali Fraser makes them pay. We've got a wet spot on the floor. So Kieran Achara was who slipped on it. So we'll just have a little delay here while that's cleaned up. But have a look at it. Got up there and just wasn't able to make the dunk. And that is a real crime.
Well, particularly because Scotland then were able to score immediately off that. So yeah, that one will come back to haunt them.
So the points difference is 12. 6 minutes out from three-quarter time. Songolo. SCO. Wish that goes from Arnold Como. Como now has 14 points to lead all scorers. Murray has 14 for Scotland.
And we know how impressive Cameroon were to come down from a 26-point deficit to beat India a couple nights ago. They ran out the game beautifully with their fitness.
Murray goes into Fraser, but only into the hand of Como. Songolo. Comey. Easy rebound underneath. It goes to Ankene.
Well, Beveridge said in the timeout you need to be more disciplined on the defensive end, and giving them front position on an offensive rebound is not being disciplined.
This is the closest Cameroon has been, and they've gotten the ball back. Ankene not able to grab it, and the foul underneath will be against Frank Yanga, who came in underneath Achara that time. Nothing sinister in it, was going for the ball. Here it is, reaching for the ball. It was out there in front of Achara, so it was well worth going after, but all he could do was succeed in fouling. So still a 7-point game. Again, hands on the ball that was meant for Burrows. Songolo gets it up but not in. The rebounders were just in the wrong place.
I think they need
Burrows
to pull the ball out and run an offense. Someone needs to take charge here, get some composure.
Burrows to Bunyan, but again those hands in there. It will be a green ball, the referee says. Much as Fraser likes to argue the point.
They hit his knee, saying like it did.
Well, Bantu Burrows going out. I think he's being changing up at guard. Coach Beveridge not happy with what Burrows was doing with the ball. Dribbling into the corners wasn't a great place to go for a guard who's like to organise things from the point.
Et tu le verrouilles et tu l'empêches de jouer. Tu touches au ballon, ok? Longtemps. Hey.
But we saw a couple of nights ago, Rachel, when Cameroon was absolutely down and out against India and then just flew home in the second half. I just wonder if we're going to see a bit more of that here tonight.
Well, we know they're capable of it, and they have that self-belief. I think no matter how far they fall behind, they still believe they can win a game, and they've openly said that their target is actually gold. So they are aiming very high.
If it's not their time, force it, kick it off. And you got to rebound here, boys. Let's go.
Let's go, let's go. Back to 3, 1, 2, 3.
Scotland in front by 7, but not safely, you would think, as Comey goes out and sits with 17 points, and I reckon he won't be sitting there all that long. 3 steals to go with his 17. Oh, gee whiz, that was a pass that was almost kicked off. 3-point shot that goes up but not in from Anyangma. Murray on a hard head to handle the ball in the backcourt. Malcolm, Fraser it is down low. And almost getting the ball back again. There'll be 6 seconds left on the shot clock when Scotland bring the ball back in.
Yeah, Cameroon are playing good D. They're getting hands. Their secondary hand pressure's good, and Scotland are finding it hard to get clean passes away.
4 seconds left on the clock as Jimenez fires it up and can't make it. Fraser up over the top, and Fraser it is who fouls. Is it third team foul, I think, against Scotland? Or is it just number 2? Fraser it is who goes out. Yes, it is the third team foul. Just over the top of the rebounder in Nkene.
Yeah, it was a good call by the ref, because Nkene had absolute prime position to take the rebound.
There's the Flyers on the board. They couldn't control it. This is a deliberate thing they do, obviously, is to just drive to the hoop, stick it up there, and wait for the next flight of rebounders to come in. Murray and Achara. Jimenez making the cut. Achara. And good hands, active hands coming in there from Akumenzo, who hasn't had a lot of court time. But just while Come is resting on the bench at the moment. Oh, Murray. Oh, that will be a goaltend. He pinned that one on the board. So the point will count for Scotland. Songolo, and measured it nicely. Another 3. 6-point game. It's as close to 13 since the start of the game. Again, the active hands, and a foul this time. This was the second team foul against Cameroon. They've been pretty good in that area. Murray goes out. Back into the game comes Malcolm. No, Murray's staying. Jimenez goes out. Working out who the subs are here. Jimenez is staying. Fraser in.
Chara had to go off because of the blood rule.
Right.
So he cut on his hand.
And sub from the Cameroon bench. Bogmus in. And out goes Ayangma. Don't lose a lot in that sub. Mike Bigger hasn't been able to score. In fact, he's called for the offensive foul, and that takes Scotland into the bonus. That's their 4th team foul.
Well, again, kudos to Cameroon's defence. They're really shutting them down, really making it difficult for Scotland to score. They were getting a lot more easier shots off, but weren't shooting a good percentage, but they're just struggling to get a shot off at all now.
Songolo. Back they go across court for the 3-point shot. Rebounded again to get another possession. Up high. And what a great rebound that is. Terrific grab there from Comenzo.
So Cameroon, again, they need to make the decision when they take that offensive rebound. Do I throw it out and we run something new, or they tend to get a rebound and they're going straight back up, whether it's the right decision or not.
Jimenez winning the ball back for Scotland because the jump ball arrow favoured them. Little effort plays like that, so important in a game this tight. Ball meant for Fraser. Oh dear, oh dear. And back it goes. They have a rebounder there, and the rebounder was Akamenzo.
Oh, it's back to 4. That scoreboard pressure right back on Scotland. Cameroon have just chipped it back.
Murray has the shot blocked, and will go to the line for a pair. He had plenty of defenders coming at him. Murray making the drive to the basket. Have a look at how many come at him. There's Murray and 3 bodies around him. One of them got the ball, but someone else
Doesn't
him
that
over
look,
the top.
that just looks spectacular, doesn't it? All those athletic bodies going to the basket all at once.
And Kene it was who was called for the foul. Great rebounder in Kene.
80% foul shooter in the last game. The curve still continues in this match from the foul line.
I don't think there's a little bit of fatigue in that. I mean, he's worked so hard. Gets 1 of 2. And that will be a foul. No, not against Bigger. In fact, the Cameroon bench is up and complaining about it. And I think it's a fair sort of a complaint. The crowd's right into it too. But out of bounds, the referee says. Maybe there just wasn't enough room up the sideline there. I think the crowd wants Cameroon. Oh, wow. Malcolm with the dunk. Where did that come from? 7-point game all of a sudden. Songolo feeds it on. Little fake there from Akamenzo is a good one, and he's really making a contribution now. Bigger. Malcolm for 3. And Fraser, they set upon him. It was a good rebound from Ali Fraser. And that will only be the 4th team foul though, so it'll be a side ball for Scotland. And interestingly, we haven't seen more of Arnold Kome for Cameroon, who played so well and been sitting on the bench, and I thought they were just resting him for a few minutes, but he's gone to the bench and staying there. So
21 points in the first game. He was a superstar.
Murray using his elbow out there and gets the ball back. 2.8 seconds left on the shot clock when they inbound it, so they have to get something off very quickly. Cameroon will not want a foul right here. 1 second, 0.7 left. And not that time from Murray. He's been a buzzer beater on other occasions.
There just wasn't enough sense of urgency in that, knowing there's only 2.8 seconds left. And just get a shot up immediately.
The clock winds down towards the final minute of the 3rd quarter. An absorbing quarter it's been. Songolo to go down low, and Songolo for 3 from the top. Good shot to take, but they get the ball back. Again, a second one from him. Cannot make it. And what have we got against the defense?
Someone is going to be shooting foul shots, yeah.
But they're no bargain, are they?
No. Push there by Vigor. We see.
So Ngueze it is, the captain, who goes to the free throw line. Ngueze, who's yet to score in the game. Love a pair here. Not with a shot like that. That didn't even look good. It was hard off the back of the ring. We've just got to get a little sweat off the floor there at the moment. So many bodies hitting the floor at the moment. It can get very, very dangerous for the players. But 44 seconds left in the quarter, and anybody's game here. This last quarter is going to be a cracker. That's the better looking free throw from Ngueze, and they get the ball back. Still no score from it. Percentage for the free throw line is dreadful. And count that. Count that for Frank Yanga.
Well, Rob Beveridge is going to be so frustrated because we hear him every time at a timeout, more discipline on a boxing out. But Yanga has just been massive with the offensive rebounding, and because he's made the 2 points, takes a little bit of pressure on the foul shots. We might make it, and he has.
Wow, we've got a 2-point game. 36 seconds left in the quarter. Malcolm. Oh, gee. Illegal dribble there.
That's what pressure can do, and Cameroon, their pressure in this quarter in D has been fantastic.
Chris Cleary grabbed it and then put it down again. To turn the ball over. Chance here for Cameroon to take the lead before the end of the 3rd quarter. Get up there and they fly for the rebound again. 15 seconds left. And how many shots? And we've got free throws.
They can get to the basket field, but they just don't have that soft touch to finish. They have amazing athleticism, hops. They can get there, get around their opponent, but yeah, just miss the whole ring.
So it's going to be Frank Yanga, who actually made his last free throw. So he's got a chance here to tie the ball game up before the end of the quarter. So hard to fit that sphere through that little round hole. 12 seconds. Chance for Scotland to come back and score at the other end. And another rebound, another possession.
2 foul shots down the other end now. Foul was called.
Foul was called on Gueze, the captain. Number 12. There's the rebound contest. Can't see Ngueze there. In fact, that's him at the back. He must have given a little push in the back to Chris Cleary.
Cleary will be wanting to make amends for that double dribble.
So it's going to be Scotland, you would think, who will lead going into the final break. But Cameroon will get the last possession for 10 seconds. Songolo, straight down the middle, that's no surprise, but gives the ball up. You'd think he would have laid that one up there for look for the rebounders again. There's the end of the third quarter. What an amazing quarter of basketball. We'll have another one of those, please. 44-40, Scotland over Cameroon. Cameroon closing fast. 25-15 to Cameroon in that third quarter. And they are runners. They will take that kind of momentum that they've got into the final quarter, and there'll be some fingernails bitten on the Scottish bench.
Well, great to see that their shooting percentage is out of the teens. It's in the 20s.
Fantastic.
And that's obviously showing on the scoreboard. Scotland still not shooting a great percentage either, and free throws just dismal for Cameroon. And that's it's 11 foul shots missed, and when it's such a close game, that becomes so important.
Scotland did some good things, but they also turned the ball over a lot. 17 times they've turned the ball over in the game. Arnold Comey, who sat a lot. Comey again. I imagine we'll see him in the final quarter. He's had a good rest. At the moment it was Aquamenzo who did a couple of wonderful things. Comey for 3. Comey has 17 points for Cameroon. Gareth Murray has 17 for Scotland.
So we saw right at the end of that, with 10 seconds to play, that Cameroon had that fast break transition, but they just again do not make good decisions and coughed it up. So really something that they need to work on at training, and because they have so many other great attributes to their game, but it really lets them down.
Well, they've just sent their 5 onto the floor and still no Comey. He's still sitting on the bench. Their highest scorer in the game so far. Esome and Songolo at the front. Still that zone from Scotland. Quick pass to Esome and makes the 3. Cameroon trail by a point. Almost a steal. It will be Scotland's ball. So Esome, who just made the 3-pointer, almost with a steal at the end line. A little hold up while he gets these shoes sorted. Almost ran right out of his shoes there. No, he's ready. Referees say it's okay, and they're on their way again. Bunyan with the all-important ball handling duties for Scotland. Songolo putting pressure on him. Plenty of time off the clock there. So they've still got it at half court, and there's 11 seconds left to score.
I think Bunyan realised he shouldn't have picked up that dribble then. How could he get possession back? But no one was coming. He wanted to dribble handoff, he wanted to screen, but no one was coming to help him.
Malcolm dumping across into the hands of Cleary, but no points from that one. Chance here for Cameroon to take the lead. Thought about the 3. Now they go onto the inside, and a call for a charge.
And that's what
Frank
they need.
Yanga.
Yeah, that's what they need, the mid-range game, because Yanga should have just taken a jump shot there. That is something they really lack. So I've said it's either the three-point shot or a layup. They just don't want to take that jump shot.
Straight down the chest of Fraser Malcolm. And then he turned to the referee and said, yes, okay, the charge, but do the points count?
And unfortunately, that's his fifth foul for Yanga,
no.
so that's going to be important.
And Kene comes in. So still another very good rebounder coming in off the bench. Still Scotland in front by one. That lead decreasing so much. Malcolm. Under plenty of pressure and almost forced into the backcourt there. Bunyan. 5 seconds left on the clock. 3 seconds now. Not a lot of clock awareness there, I would think. So good defensive effort there from Cameroon.
It is, and they're doing it without fouling. Just upping in D without fouling is hard to do, so they've really perfected that.
And they go. Open shot on this side for Bogmus, but they get another possession. This one comes from SMA. And we've got a foul against the defense. The foul will go against Chris Cleary. I think Cleary will come out here and Achara will go in. Yep, there's Cleary headed for the bench.
I'm doing a double take at the stats here because Cameroon up to 27 offensive rebounds. I don't think I've ever seen so many by one team.
Patient, taking on the outside, looking for interior opportunities, drive and dish. There's another offensive rebound, so adds up one to your count two rates, and another one. Songolo, pump fake. Murray did well to hold. 5 seconds left on the clock. Gets the shot up, but not in. Doesn't fall, and easy rebound for Malcolm. Still Scotland by a point. Both teams struggling to score in this final quarter. Bunyan, three-point shot from him, and Johnny Bunyan
so badly needed. And that's his first point of the match, so pretty good time to hit that three.
And the interesting thing is Kyle Jimenez was there waiting to come in for the sub, and Rob Bedridge said, no, come back to the bench.
Bunyan must have seen him sitting on the bench and pull of his eyes, or nah, you're not coming in.
Great pass, and couldn't make the shot. Oh, it was a super pass, and Kene just couldn't make the shot. There's still a 4-point lead on that three-point shot from Bunyan to Scotland. And he's been fouled, this time by Bogmus. So Bunyan doing the job here, drawing the foul out of Bogmus.
He is. Good decision by Rob Beveridge to keep him out there. He's stepping up.
Johnny Bunyan, whose brother played in 2006, and his father was assistant coach at the Commonwealth Games in Melbourne in 2006, putting his own stamp on these games. Achara. Super pass to Fraser and shoved back down his throat. Cameroon racing it out of the backcourt. Songolo. Oh. And the pass that was meant for the man down low in Kene, they weren't able to drag it in. So a turnover against Cameroon.
All their good work down the defensive end undone by their decisions in the offensive court.
Bunyan gets rid of his defensive man. Kieran Achara does a great job of bringing the ball out of the backcourt. It's a 6'10" guy. Songolo. Here's my man. Arnold Como back in the game. And we've got a foul. Who's it on? This is against Cameroon.
Against Cameroon and Achara. Yeah, elbow in the face.
Achara's foul.
Is he going to tech foul?
Tech foul?
Coach?
Yes. Tech foul on the coach. Gee whiz. Unfortunate when it comes down to that. The referees have to take control. Not sure what was said there, but obviously that was just a bit too much.
So tech foul means one foul shot and then possession. Chara makes them pay. So that could be a game changer.
Coach is stuck into the score bench now, and that's not going to help either. Chara there with Bogness up in his face.
We're going to get stolen from behind. Yeah, we need to talk to him.
Look behind you. One little gap through there, and called for the travel was Esome. Just got a little panicky on that play, and this is what can happen with Cameroon. Sometimes they move the ball well and find an open shot, but other occasions suddenly where things are going against us, and then that happens. So another foul, that time from Esome.
So that takes them to 4. That could be really costly. Being the last quarter, and Scotland improving their output from the foul line.
Onion has worked so hard in the back court. Songolo hasn't made it easy for him. He's played great defence. And they go into Fraser. In the corner from Burrows, and run down by Fraser. He did well to make control. And now Kome it is, who's been fouled in the back by Fraser. The Cameroon bench asks for an unsportsmanlike, and they get it. Unsportsmanlike has been called against Murray. So shots and possession. So Arnold Kome at the free throw line.
So he'll with an unsportsmanlike foul, we get 2 foul shots in possession.
Crowd hushes as they listen. Kome get that clang off the front of the rim. Potential 4-point play here, but now it's down to 3. They trail by 5. Lucky roll. Scotland making a substitution. Fraser Malcolm coming in, and Johnny Bunyan going out, who must be fairly fatigued. He's worked so hard. Esome. Good shift of the defence there. Bogness, and a great block there coming from Achara, and winning the ball back for Scotland. He pulls up the big plays as Kieran Achara. He's a big time player. Have a look at this. Gets the hand right up there, takes it out of the air. And finally it went off Billeg to go out of bounds. Murray with the ball handling. Fraser. Malcolm. Fraser again. Backing his man in. And big time move there from Ali Fraser.
Smart move. Realised no one was coming to help. Just taking one-on-one back to the basket, which is so good at.
And the turnover. Malcolm again. Achara. Fraser left it short on the rim. And Jimenez wins the ball. They say it came off the head of the Cameroon player. And a timeout again, and it's a 6-point lead now to Scotland. That's a handy lead at this stage of the game. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. The referee from Argentina was very, very confident in his call. But look how tight it is. 6-4 in the final
I
quarter.
know, and you wouldn't think that 6 points is a big lead, but in this game it actually is, Phil, because baskets are so hard to come by.
Absolutely.
But seeing Cameroon getting some consecutive baskets is something that they've struggled to do all game.
Je veux pas qu'il touche au ballon là. Oh, on est patient ici. Maintenant, ils font 1, 3, 1. On met les deux au fond. Est-ce que tu t'es rendu compte de ça?
Como there, number 8, who was so effective in the first half and then sat all that time and hasn't really been sighted since he's been back on the floor.
Dead. Press breaker. Ball in here, let him just carry it here. Hey, here we go.
Defense on me, 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Hey, ball in Sinatra as well.
Scotland, we're looking to show their poise coming down the stretch. Kind of poise they showed against England, which was very much on show. And O'Chara is a real rock on the inside. Murray. And he was fouled, so Murray will go to the free throw line. The referee says just got him on the hip. Talk about rock. So many of these Scottish players play for Glasgow Rocks. That was Glasgow Rocks was all about, to try and get the Scottish players back in the one team so that they're used to playing with one another for occasions like this. And it's so important when these guys know each other so well.
Crowd's laughing, he doesn't have to jump to pull the net down.
There's the difference between the teams, where someone like Murray can step up and make just 2 easy threes.
Well, the difference is 12 points, and that's how many foul shots Cameroon have missed.
There's a steal from Murray. And the foul goes against SMA. Looks like he's hurt badly, doesn't he? Songolo? No, he's okay. Very much a key player for them. SMA, the whack over the shoulder.
He definitely rolled his ankle, but staying out there.
So he's out of the game. And Gareth Murray can put a real gap in the score with plays like this. He has 20 points to lead all scorers now in the game. Cameroon looking to score fast again. Defense from Scotland holding good. Bogness. Tongolo, he just rolled his ankle a little. Great pass. Not able to finish off the shot though. Super defense from O'Chara at the back. He turned and signaled to the referee saying thank you. Fraser backing his way in. Good defense. Malcolm not able to make the three. An easy rebound there for Billeg, but they come quickly. Songolo measures up the three.
Yes.
And presses it.
We know he is capable of doing that. Particularly the scout on him again and again against India.
Back to 6. They look for a stop again. Try and hit another one. Malcolm dishes them to Burrows out on the wing and run down by Cameroon. Can't make the lay-in, can't make the tip either, and Ali Fraser swallows the rebound. Murray draws a crowd. What have we got here? The foul is going to go, I think, against Akamenza.
Again, that's just the wisdom of O'Chara. Below, posting up hard. Menzo just, got rid of him.
Didn't need that. Put O'Chara at the free throw line at this stage, and when they were making a bit of a run. Handy to have a couple of really old hard heads like Achara and Murray at the finish of a game like this. So, 8-point ball game. It's all there for Cameroon to do. Oh my goodness, that is out of control.
Yes, that's what they just don't have the discipline to. And when they go to the basket, they don't look to dish. They're going all the way themselves and getting themselves into trouble.
Went into the spin cycle. I was waiting for the rinse. 2:45 to go. Chara looking to establish here against Bogmas. Quick shift to the ball was good from Scotland. 3-point shot goes up and in. It was a super shot coming from Sean Nealon-Lino.
And he's the 18-year-old with the biggest shot he's ever made in his career.
Como. And makes the three. Will that be too late? Still an 8-point game. 2 minutes to go. It's all there for Cameroon if they're good enough. Well, need stops and scores.
Well, they've had 77 field goal attempts to Scotland's 53. So they'll be lamenting the fact that they aren't actually in the lead. Normally when you'd had that many more shots, you would be.
They've outscored Scotland 35 to 29 in this second half. So the momentum is their way. Not right at this very moment, though, you'd think.
Let's get into corner top time. So we've got to be flowing here, boys. We're going to get this shit done. We're going off the dribble. Get there, get open. Catch it. We go back to June, middle on ball with you two guys. Then we space it. I want to be going up the rim.
One big advantage that Scotland has is the cool head of Rob Beveridge on the bench. He will just try and manage them through this last 2 minutes and 7 seconds. One timeout left for each coach. First task for Scotland is to get the ball up the floor.
It's still too early for Cameroon to foul yet, to get them to the line. Oh,
Acharo. Almost losing it. Murray to Nealon-Lino. Malcolm putting the ball through hands with the time coming off the clock. 4 seconds left on the clock to shoot. Fraser gets it up and almost in. Cameroon with a stop. Need a score this time down. They're down by 8. With a minute and a half and change to go.
so this is when they do actually need to take a reasonably quick shot and running the clock down, which they've hardly ever done.
Active hands in there for Scotland. So that will be their ball game, I'd reckon. And a little whack in the eye there for Murray. It comes from Comey, and Murray will get to go to the free throw line. So there's the two, Comey and Murray, but Murray will be the shooter. In fact, you won't see the Scottish players even line up along the key for the rebound. They're confident about Murray's ability to make the two.
And he can ice the game pretty much here.
Plus, they also want to be back for Cameroon coming back the other way. What another super game from Gareth Murray. 22 points. Almost the steal. And that will be a three. Ooh, gee whiz, I thought it might have been a foul there from Achara. It was a three-point attempt. Malcolm just slows it down. Neil on lino. The screen there from Fraser, screen and roll. And across in the corner to Murray. And gee whiz, he's a class act. Been gallant Cameroon, and they'll go to the free throw line this time, but just not enough time left for them to win this one. Down by 13 points now. Scotland just been too strong in the end.
And that is a great word for them, Phil, being gallant. They never give up. And Scotland have done very well to hold them off. Given them a real fright in this match.
Felix Bogmiswell just has 3 points in the game. Kone leads the Cameroon scorers with 21. But Gareth Murray with his 25. It's been so telling. Now they're making free throws. Where were they half a game ago?
That's the first time they've made 2 in a row.
Putting the ball in the front court was the object. So inside 30 seconds now. Neil on lino. Machara, who's been good. Murray, who's been superb. And Fraser's been pretty good too. One last hurrah, perhaps. 3-point shot. And the rebounders go up. And we've got a foul against the Scottish defence.
So the end-line ball, 14 fouls.
And only 4 seconds to go. Cameroon will have a loss in their column when you see the board come up, but not a bad loss. Just down by 11 at the moment. They've got a chance here to score in the last 4 seconds to reduce that gap just a little bit more. Get it up, but not in. A little long with the shot. And there it is. There's full time. What an entertaining game of basketball we've seen. In fact, in a couple of nights, Cameroon have shown us plenty. Done a wonderful job, but Scotland, 2 wins in a row. They beat England on the opening night, and now they've come out and beaten Cameroon. So 2 from 2 to Scotland, and looking good to be able to advance from this particular pool and go forward to the Gold Coast next week.
And Cameroon will push England. That's their next pool game next. So England, they've been scouting this game. They'll be a little bit concerned with how Cameroon certainly pushed Scotland.
It's been an absorbing game of basketball. Sometimes a little weird, at other times some super stuff. But there's the final score. Scotland by 11 in this preliminary round, Pool B. There's the stats, and they were dreadful, well, for Cameroon early, not so great even now, but they were in single figures percentage-wise in the shooting percentage rate.
Absolutely, and received 21 turnovers for England and 19 for Cameroon. And again, it was that type of game. It was just very loose at times, a lot of fast break basketball, a lot of risks taken. Not a lot of that was paying off in the first half, but it was much better quality in the second.
Let's go!
There's Kome, who is the high scorer for Cameroon. From outside that time, and he scored it inside and out. Well, that was all in the first half. Malcolm. SCO for Cameroon. Johnny Bunyan, who did a terrific job handling the ball for Scotland. Big block there. Fraser. He's rolled one over the front of the hoop. Plenty to contribute to Scotland. Malcolm gets it. Stopping and popping here was Songolo. Burrows in the corner. Gareth Murray, who is just the player of the game. And fitting that we end on his shot. He carried his team over the line, Gareth Murray. Super game from him. But have a look at the way the standings are now. And Scotland, with their 2 wins on 4 points, go to the top of the ladder. England with 1 win, but they're on plus 33. So they're in front of Cameroon, who are on -2. So Cameroon, who beat India, and now that England-Cameroon game becomes very, very important to see which are the top 2, because they're the 2 that go into the qualifying finals.
Thank you folks for attending tonight. Please be sure to
So that's the situation we've got here after the second men's Pool B game here in the Commonwealth Games of 2018. Scotland winners over Cameroon to give them 2 wins, and with a big chance of going forward into next week when the players play for the medals on the Gold Coast.
Need to refuel at some point. Out of the wheelchair, onto the ground, up the tree. Grab a few and keep on going. Well, that's probably always so successful. He's saying he can always out, you don't mind a few apples going missing for a good cause, you know.